Hello. Hi. The update dropped and I didn't get a single sneak peek because I have been gone, but now clearly I am back. Since I missed all the sneak peeks, I'm just gonna go look at the community reaction to the update so far. And the first post that I see here is they freaking did it. They made RT's inline gadget even worse. If you didn't get the joke, this is by far the worst gadget in the entire game. There's like one chance every 10 matches for you to even hit this thing. And sometimes even when you're lined up properly, it's so small that you'll still miss. And with the new percentage changes to leveling up your brawlers, now it's even worse. They need to remove it and replace it with something else. Brawlers and their languages. Spanish, English, fax. What? Nezuko, I get it. I see Edgar's hair. Thumbs down! The subreddit's off the rails today. I'm gonna get demonetized for the first time on this channel. There's apparently been a lot of community feedback on the update, and Frank actually did a Twitter post where he goes really in depth about a lot of different things on the update. I think what he's talking about here is a lot of people, especially pros, are saying that like, because only 6 brawlers are getting hypercharged right now, the pro scene is gonna get absolutely obliterated because those 6 brawlers are gonna be overpowered now if they're in pro games, which I think for now the decision is they are gonna be in the like big pro leagues, but they're still considering banning hypercharge for that. And the same thing happened with like gadgets and star powers when they came out. And here he's saying gears were an attempt to add like another endgame thing that adds more fun to the game, but gears actually didn't end up being that fun. And he's saying on the other hand, hypercharge actually does feel really fun. I actually haven't played it yet, so I can't confirm or deny. And I remember there being a comment asking about like gears, if they'll be replaced with hypercharge at some point. He said that it probably won't happen, but it's not out of the question. So from what I'm getting here, hypercharge is kind of like attempt number 2 at gears, but I hope they don't like give up on gears if they don't end up removing them, because there's still things that they can do with them, like this new gadget gear that gives you +1 gadget slot. That seems pretty fun, and I feel like if they keep adding gears like that, that would be hype. But yeah, there's apparently gonna be 6 new hypercharges every update. Petition to lose less trophies if you get star player. You know what? That makes sense, because if you lose and you got star player, that means that you carried really hard. So if you were carrying your team that hard and you still lost, clearly you weren't the issue. So in that case, yeah, I feel like you should lose less. Petition to add the skull emoji now that we have this. If this is in the game, I'm gonna freak out, bro. Everybody is gonna be using this. I was waiting for it though, because I knew it was gonna happen. The world will be an apocalypse when Stu gets hypercharged. I don't even want to know what that looks like. What most of the hypercharges do right now is they buff the brawler's super, and since Stu can get his super with every shot, it's not gonna be good. The title is basically Power 12, which it kind of is because it's expensive, and I think that was a bunch of people's complaints here. Season 20 removing more content than they're adding. Maps per game mode going down. Weekend events are gone. I didn't know that part. And they've reduced the average amount of maps in normal rotation. That was kind of my worry, because now there's less content in the game. But if they cycle more events in the game, then maybe it won't be that bad. But I feel like for players who play all the time, it's gonna get really stale really fast. Thankfully, I don't, because I like to give myself breaks so I don't get burnt out. This pin is gonna break the game. Finally, a worthy opponent. Yeah, it is a worthy opponent. This will actually ruin the game, but you gotta embrace it. If you don't embrace it, you gotta hit the mute button. Tinder pic and then in person. Yeah, she does look a little wonky on the right. The Reddit is gonna be flooded with these now. Bats turn into thumbs down. They damage in real life enemies by 69%. I swear every post is this stupid clown pin. Tier list based off how nice each brawler is. Mr. P's incompletely evil. I don't know what he did. Out of every brawler in the game, I feel like Sprout should be at the very nicest, because he's just a flower. Like, what could he do? Basically some chromatic brawlers. Okay, bro. Wait, is that an actual soda? Oh my god. That's rough. You know what? I'm done with this post. Do you think that this could be a whole new brawler? The new voice line and model don't sound like Stu at all. It's just a good skin. That's why it costs so much. It completely changes the brawler. That's what these skins are supposed to do. Here's what Brawl Stars would look like if they didn't have chromatic as a rarity. I hope this actually becomes a big point of discussion in the community. I personally don't like chromatic rarity in general, so if they were to change it into something different, let's see what it would be like. Fang, Gale, Buster, and Epic. Colette, Maisie, Eve, Belle, Ruffs, and Lou and Epic are Mythic. I think Lou would definitely be in Mythic at least. I think Belle would be a super rare. Otis, Lola, and Mandy in Mythic. I feel like Otis would be a rare. He's not that special. Cordelius has Otis's super as a gadget. I highly doubt that if they changed a chromatic to something else, they would make it a legendary. That would be kind of weird. Hypercharge expectation versus reality. Purple fart, what? They're going Super Saiyan. That's the only thing I can compare it to. Maybe they'll make it look different in the future. I mean, yeah, it kind of just looks like a purple fire around them. I thought the electricity would have like more of an effect here, but I don't know. I can't believe that one of Pearl's voice lines is actually free diabetes. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. Pearl, Stu when his hypercharge is released. Everybody's talking about Stu. Let's just give it to him last so we never have to deal with it. It'll come out in like 3 years. I want this new pin so badly. It's literally him going Super Saiyan. Out of all the brawlers, This is best on Spike. Devs, don't do us like this. Club League 2.0. People who don't know versus people who know. That was the first thing I mentioned when I heard that. Please do not be like Clan Wars 2.0. The Brawl Stars dev team usually cooks some pretty good spaghetti, so I feel like they shouldn't mess this up too badly. We'll see. When Hypercharge is teased, the devs are always the best. This community doesn't trust them when exclusive skins are coming. The devs are so greedy, they will lose trust with their players. They're so hungry for money. Is that a thing that people have been saying? What am I missing? You have the highest HP in the game, but you're a punching bag. The next meta, every brawler that has Hypercharge versus everybody else. That's the main problem with that pros have, is that these brawlers are gonna be so broken. It seems like Chuck doesn't have a Hypercharge, which is interesting. So Pearl's gonna be broken and Chuck will suck unless they actually do give him one. An actual idea to finally balance this gadget, Satchel Charge. Nerfing it from 1.5 second stun to 0.00000000000000000000000. Every gadget and star power affected by this update. That's a whole lot. Oh yeah, Shelly's band-aid's getting hit pretty hard. Anything that heals you is honestly getting wrecked because of how much more health you have at max level. But I guess the damage stuff is also getting hit just as hard. This is gonna be a weird meta until they fix this because there's so many things that used to work perfectly that are no longer gonna work at all anymore. Oh yeah, here's the balance changes. This post is from Ash Clash YT on Twitter, by the way. Fang's super damage getting buffed and his super charge from his super is getting buffed. Sandy's super charge is getting buffed. Leon is getting more health. Maisie is getting more damage. Piper's getting more damage. Return to Sender is getting nerfed, but Nani's main attack damage is going up. Byron's super charge rate is going up. BB health is going up. Hank and Buster health is going up, and damage are both going up. And Willow health is going up. Tara health is getting nerfed. Tick reload speed is getting nerfed. And the saddest one of them all, Crow extra toxic is getting nerfed a second time in the last like 2 months. It needs it, but it also makes me sad. Bonnie projectile speed is getting nerfed, which is huge. And thank God, Squeak residue is getting nerfed. Only by 2 seconds though. I still feel like it should be less than that, but at least it's getting nerfed. And also that broken star power is getting nerfed by 5%, which is fine. Why does Tick's head have more health than himself? I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. Before I end this video, I want to go through a couple of the sneak peek things because I missed all of them. I've been hearing some crazy things about Pearl, so I'm expecting her to be broken. I'm also curious to see what it looks like when you level up now because they changed it. So yeah, the bar fills up a little bit, does a little flash with electricity. It seems like the power levels in general now have this electric effect. It's not just Hypercharge. So you're filling them up with electricity, and then when they reach the peak, they release all of the electricity with Hypercharge. I guess that's the theme they're going with here. Well, let's just spam it a little bit, get it all the way to power 11. There we go, max level. There's 5 slots now. This looks crazy. Let's pick up this one real quick. And then, yep, it's a gadget gear. I knew it. Pick this up. This one's gonna be nuts. I'm so happy it's for every brawler too. There hasn't been a new gear for every brawler until this one. It's gonna take a crazy amount of gold to max out every brawler, but here's Pearl's Hypercharge. On my main account, I'm not gonna have nearly enough to get like even half of the brawlers maxed out. I just wanna mess around with her for a little bit in training cave. So her super has this much range, it goes boom, and it takes away all of your heat. And with her Hypercharge super, which lasts like maybe 5 seconds, then you use your super, then it leaves a giant hole like a Spike super on the ground, and it looks insane. I actually love how that looks, but if you use it normally, then it doesn't leave that at all. And I want to see how long Hypercharge actually takes to charge up. I'm gonna guess it takes like maybe 3 supers to get your Hypercharge, so I'm actually gonna miss the enemies with my super there. So let's see how many supers I can charge up before I get my Hypercharge. 2 supers, and it's like 2.5 to get my Hypercharge. I wonder if that's actually the same for every brawler or not. But if I get my super with Hypercharge, do I get it back? Oh, you do. Wait, you can keep it up. Dude, that's kind of nuts. You can get like a crazy combo where you just keep killing people and you keep getting the Hypercharge back. That's a pretty fun mechanic. So yeah, you have to hit a lot of people to keep it up. But as long as you're hitting something, you can get it for like at least a couple more seconds. Subscribe if you like Hypercharge.